Hello everyone, welcome back to one of my watch reviews. So in today's video, I'll be reviewing the Herald from American watch brand Ingersoll. Now, I was an avid reader in my teenage years, and one of my favorite book series was the Clifton Chronicles by Jeffrey Archer. Set in the earlier 20th century, Ingersoll watches were frequently mentioned in the book as significant plot devices. In fact, Ingersoll actually released a special line of watches in collaboration with the book series. I'll pop out a picture of it here. Classically styled with a hand-winding movement, teenage me wanted one very badly, but unfortunately I simply didn't have the cash back then. So when our friends at H2 Hub reached out and asked if I wanted to review an Ingersoll watch, I jumped at the opportunity. Let's see if this Ingersoll Herald is any good. Now let's start with the specifications. Now I would say that the specifications of the Ingersoll Herald is satisfactory for the price. Now first and foremost, the Herald uses a dome mineral glass instead of sapphire crystal. That's unfortunate as mineral glass is significantly less scratch resistant than sapphire crystal. That being said, having a dome, sapphire crystal at this price point will probably be unrealistic, given its relatively low price point. The watch also has a water resistance rating of 50 meters, which should allow it to be robust enough for most everyday activities that doesn't really involve submersion in water. Now let's moving on to the movement. The Ingersoll Herald is powered by a skeletonised seagull movement. Seagull movements have come a long way in the past few years, and I've personally not encountered any issues with both the reliability as well as the timekeeping of the Herald. Unfortunately, Ingersoll doesn't really state on its website which specific movement is used inside the Herald, so I'm unable to provide the exact specifications. However, based upon my observations, the watch seems to have a power reserve of about 40 hours and beats at 21,600 beats per hour, or about 3 Hz. Moving on to the strap. Now, this particular version of the Herald comes on this white faux crocodile leather strap. The white colorway is a uncommon one that I think complements the white dial very well and makes for a striking impression on the wrist. I also think with Christmas around the corner, there's sort of like a Christmas vibe going on with the white strap. However, if this is too sort of off the beaten path for you, there is a brown alternative. It also comes with a brown strap, even this white dial variant, for those with more conservative tastes. The quality of the leather strap itself, is average. It doesn't come with quick release. The lining feels a bit cardboardy. The quality itself is not the worst, but not the best. It's relatively average. Now there's also a loom on this watch, so I'll put a loom shop here. Once again, the brand doesn't really specify the part of loom used, which should indicate that it's a cheaper Asian loom instead of Super Luminova. In any case, the loom isn't the strongest, although that is perhaps not a priority on why it's built as a skeletonized dress watch. Overall, the build quality of the Herald isn't the worst, I would say, but it's far from the best either. But to focus on the specification of the Herald would be to miss the point. I think the unique selling point of the watch lies in its striking aesthetic. Now let me bring this closer to the camera. Due to its skeletonized nature, the dial of the Herald possesses an abundance of depth, which is accentuated by the use of the applied baton indices, as well as a sub-second dial that sits on top the skeletonized centerpiece. Coupled with the dome crystal, the multi-layered dial reflects a level of complexity that's rarely seen at this sub-$500 price point. Unfortunately, like most skeletonized watches, the Herald isn't the most legible of watches. The gold-plated hands blends in with the golden movement. The main plate of the movement, as you guys can see, features an engraved decoration, which is reminiscent of hot horology brands such as A. Lange & Söhne, for example. The white outer track also features a perlage, which is a series of small overlapping circles. They are most often seen as decoration of movements, combined with the conspicuously position balance. So you can see it ticking here on the left. The Herald is an ode, I would say, to your traditional watchmaking. Now the Herald actually comes in multiple colorways, with this particular variant featuring a rose gold case. Well, with cheaper watches, there's always a danger of the case plating wearing off or being scratched over time. But to date, I haven't personally encountered this issue, and I've had the Herald for about 2 months now. The watch also has an onion-shaped crown, but unfortunately, it's unsigned. Now let me put this on the wrist and show you guys how the Herald wears. Now at 40mm wide, the Herald is actually one of Ingersoll's smaller watches in its current catalogue. On my 7-inch wrist, the watch wears larger than the diameter would suggest due to the long lugs. Although not to the extent of overhanging, so you can see it still fits very nicely within my 7-inch wrist. Ingersoll doesn't really state the exact thickness of the watch as well, but I found the Herald is slight underneath a shirt cuff without any issues. So yeah, overall I would say that the strength of the Herald really lies in its eminently striking skeletonized design, which is bound to be a visual treat, especially for the casual watch enthusiasts who probably can just admire that beating balance wheel all day long. Now in conclusion, I believe the Herald to be a good starter mechanical watch for those who are just getting started in the world of horology. My first mechanical watch was a skeletonized one, and I distinctly remember purchasing it because I thought it would be cool to have like the engine of the watch prominently displayed. The Herald would also likely be like a great gift, if you're planning on introducing someone to mechanical watches. With Christmas right around the corner, I believe the Ingersoll Herald would be the perfect present, for someone younger. Like I know teenage me have loved wearing this watch to school. Now for those interested in purchasing the Ingersoll Herald or any other Ingersoll watches, you can use the promo code Shiok to enjoy 5% off selected watch brands such as Avid, Wolf, and of course Ingersoll from H2 Hub's online web store. After the discount, the Herald can be had for 464 Singapore dollars, which is fairly affordable as far as skeletonized watches goes. Alright, and that rounds up my review of the Ingersoll Herald. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up, do subscribe, and of course do share the video around. As always, I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao!